Good evening and welcome to Kneecap Biting at Smokin Jeremy B. I'm down here visiting my buddy down in Flint Township. Dave, lean on in and wave hi. Let's talk Lions football. And yes, Facebook user, it is Beer 30. Yum. Mike Carrico jumps in and says, let's get the show started. What's up, Jeremy Ballrick? Oh, just glad that the day's over and I'm home and out of work and have a day off tomorrow. I get to spend the night hanging out with my buddy. The beers will be flowing like the wine in Capistrano. And Joseph Holst jumps in. Hey, Smokin Jeremy, how's it going? What's cracking, Smokin Jeremy from John Robinson? Oh, I'm just happy. Well, we've had some big trades once again this week. Started off when I broke the news about Devontae Adams on Thursday night during my podcast that he was traded to the Raiders for a buttload of picks for the Green Bay Packers. Micah Carrico comes in and says, I don't drink, but cheers. Appreciate it. And then yesterday, the blockbuster where everybody said, oh, he's out. He's not going to the Browns. Deshaun Watson to the Browns. Now Baker Mayfield's on the trading chop block. I think he ends up with the Colts. It makes the most sense. They just got to get some. Smokin Jeremy B should be smoking, but not drinking. I am smoking, just not what you want me to smoke. Healthy. So far, no major moves. We've done 20 re-signs and tenders throughout the week for the Lions. We re-signed Josh Reynolds. Then we signed DJ Shark. I'm happy with those moves. What free agents do you want to see them send out a prove-it deal for? I know Steve Bauer is eventually going to jump in here and say Sue. Why not? What do you think, John Robinson? Did I see Stafford's new contract? Yes, I did. Did he earn it? Yes, he did. Will he live up to it going forward? That remains to be seen. They may be losing some key players. I mean, OBJ, he had his knee injury. They got Allen Robinson. Robert Woods is coming back from an injury, but is supposedly on the trading block. And if it's not a fifth rounder later, I don't want to trade for him myself. But if they do, they do. That means Brad Holmes sees something in him. And I seen on the Oregon Duck site, on an Oregon Duck site, not the Oregon Duck site, that Kayvon Thibodeau may be sitting out the pro day after quitting after 2 drills into the combine, which is going to make a lot of people question his art. David Ojabo yesterday at the pro day ended up rupturing his Achilles tendon. So he's going to drop. What do the 2 voided years mean for Shark? Okay, I'll explain it to you, Andrew. That contract is set up where only $4 million hits the cap this year. If he doesn't stay healthy and play X amount of games, we can void the rest of his contract and not owe him the $6 million. It's a futures contract. You pay part of it this year and part of it in the future. Kind of like what they've been doing with Jack Fox, Riley Patterson, and some of the practice squad players that they did tenders to. That's what a tender contract is. It isn't actually a $10 million per year contract per se. John Robinson says, I think Sue would really help Levi and Aleem and Penasini become better players for his reference. I absolutely agree. I like the idea of cutting Brockers, saving the $4 million, spending $2 million more and getting Sue for a year, maybe 2. Because he averages about $6 million a year after bonus. So it might only be a $3 or $4 million cap hit, which means, guess what? The money you got back for Brockers, you get to spend on Sue. And Sue has more production and plays more games. I think that D line would be nasty though. Sue, Aleem, and Levi. The more I think about it, the more I think Hutch goes to the Jags. Where does that leave us? Well, I don't know if you've been paying attention, Andrew, or if you saw the show Thursday, but I addressed that because the Jags seem to be still high on taking an O lineman because they've only addressed 3 of the 5 positions. And that O line was good, but not great. They want it to be great to protect Lawrence. So there's still a chance Hutch could go too. Who knows? It's all up in the air. I just know I don't want Thibs at 2. If Hutch goes 1, I'd rather see him draft Trayvon Walker, the OLB/D end out of Georgia, who's quick and just as didn't have the production that Hutch had, but that's because they had Jordan Davis, the big D tackle. It's going to be one of those 2 for me. I would take one of them over anybody else, and then maybe Kyle Hamilton as my third option. But that's just me. With this pause right here, I'm going to go ahead and give a shout out to my sponsor, TNT Auto Sales and A1 Tire and Auto Repair. There for all your needs. TNT Auto Sales sells quality used cars at a good price. They are both located in Cucaulin, right off of Old Cucaulin Road in Euclid and Bay City. We also have the A1 Tire location that I work at on Broadway and the A1 Tire location in Saginaw on Genesee Avenue. So what do you guys want to talk about tonight? Throw me some topics. Let's talk football. Ha ha ha, bunny ears. This guy is my best friend. I see that they might, and that could actually push either Raymond or Benson or somebody like that off the roster. I don't see Cephas falling off because I think he's actually going to come back and even be better. Because we need depth. And one more wide receiver gives us a lot of depth. Depth. Yes, there's 9 on the roster, but there's a chance we still take a receiver. It depends on if they're there and the pick is of value for Brad Holmes to take them. Good questions, Andrew. So let's say you got the choice of 3 players at 32 that fall in the draft. Let's say they all fall just due to whatever because safety needs aren't as big for other teams. What if you have the choice? That's a ridiculous one there. The only way we're taking an O lineman is if we trade somebody away, and we really can't afford to trade any of them away because their cap hits are too high. So that's not going to happen. Is Hamilton worth the second pick in the first round? I maybe. The way he plays on the field, he jumps off the field. He looks faster in pads than he did at the combine. But I think he still had some lingering effects from his surgery, which is why he ran slower than predicted. I hope he has a great pro day and proves everybody wrong and runs faster, but he is a playmaker safety. I'm not saying he's Troy Polamalu, Ed Reed style, but his pro comp is Ed Reed, and that's about how fast he ran. So if he plays at that level, that's a great pickup. I just have him as my third option at 2 if Hutch is gone. Number 1, Hutch. Number 2, Walker. Number 3, Davis. Number 4, Hamilton at 2. That's what I have. But that's by my rankings. Just saw that Robert Woods is traded to the Titans. Hey, there's another trade. Broke on the show. How about that? Well, with that injury, he may not even get picked in the draft. If he falls to be a UDFA and we don't grab him, that's kind of ignorant, in my opinion. Ruptured Achilles tendon, 6 months minimum healing time, 4 to 6 months of rehab. Okuda is the exception, not the norm when it comes to an Achilles tendon tear. But I personally would rather take that Amari Barno instead of Ojabu, because DNs and outside linebackers that run a 4.36 don't fall off trees. I'm thinking third round. The first 3 picks in this draft. (2023) 6th round pick for Woods. God, that was a steal. That was a steal. Now, I said day 3 pick all day. I would have traded a 5th, 6th, or 7th rounder for him. So they got a good deal in that trade. They had to replace Julio Jones, who actually is just a chain mover, not really a playmaker anymore. He's not a red zone threat. I think actually Julio Jones has been allergic to the red zone in his career. He's never had a double-digit touchdown year. Yes, I heard the Lions looked at Woods, by the way, but he's also coming off that ACL tear that happened. What was that, week 11 after they got signed OBJ? Isn't that about right? Somewhere around 10, 11. That's probably why we didn't get him. 29, going to be 30 at the start of the season. That falls into that aging thing. It's my phone. Yeah, my notification is a lion's roar for my phone now when I get messages. Yep, we just talked about that. Robert Woods traded to the Titans. We broke that about, let's see, 5 minutes ago. It's amazing. Our little network of Lions fans is faster than ESPN, NFL Network, and everything else. Let's say DJ Shark does very well. How much would you re-sign him for if needed? And that's up to Brad Holmes. I don't know. I mean, his market value was $10 million a year. We gave him $10 million, but we spread it out over 3 years. So you're going to have to add whatever you're going to give him per year. You're going to have to add that $3 million to it. And I got a what's up, Jeremy Ballrick? Oh, just happy to talk Lions talk with my fans here. Love doing the live, raw, uncut, stumbling over my words, looking like an idiot at times, but it's fun. They'll hear that.
I know. That's okay.
Bastard. Can you answer my trade? Well, Robert Woods just got traded. He's with the Titans now, John Robinson. Oh, wait. Okay, this one. I didn't see that one come up. What do you think about a trade with the Giants moving the 5th and the 36th? The Giants might want to move ahead of Texans for an offensive tackle. If they're going to offer that, they're going to have to offer up more, is the thing. I think they'd have to give up 2 first-round picks. Yeah, I read it. I think they'd have to give both their first round picks or a first round pick next year, John, to move up to 2 because they're at the 5th pick. If it was the 4th, they might be able to get away with throwing a second or third. Dan Davis comes in and says, "What's up, everyone? Oh, we just talked about how the Robert Woods trade just broke. Maybe a 2 next year. No, I think it's got to be 2 firsts. To move up to the 2 spot, it's going to take 2 firsts minimum. I think it might take 2 firsts and a third. The perfect deal. No, I don't have my little trivia book tonight. I wish I did. What do you guys think of DJ Shark taking on the number 4? Taking on number 4 as his roster number, because Jason Hanson, his number has not been retired, even though technically it should have been. But I think it'd be cool because if he lives up to the number and plays hard and plays every game, I'm fine with it. Especially if Jason's fine with it, because Jason's number has not been retired. That's like asking if Joey Harrington's upset that Jack Fox is a Pro Bowl and an All-Pro wearing his number as our punter. 3. Jason Hanson was 4. Who was the number 3 before Joey Harrington? Wasn't it Eddie Murray?
Yeah. I remember that.
I'll throw out a softball one. Who has the most passing yards in Lions history? Dan Davis says, "I'm good with Shark using number 4. Hanson's number was never retired, and the number is up for grabs. I'm pretty sure Hanson would be good with it as well." Same here. And yes, Joseph confirmed that Eddie Murray was that. What is the most realistic options at 32 has been on my mind for a couple of weeks. 32, safety or linebacker. Because if you stay at the 2, you're going to be taking edge or D tackle. I think 34, if a great wide receiver slips out of the first round, they might take one there, but more than likely it's going to be whatever they didn't get at 32. I say the first 3 picks needs to be defense. The defensive side of the ball is further behind than the offensive side of the ball, in my opinion, from what we saw last year. We need that O-line to stay healthy so the running game can stay consistent as well. Yep, all-time passing leader for the Lions in yardage. Should be easy to talk about. Yeah, I'm quite sure everybody heard my buddy in the background. He goes, "Stafford, that's easy." Yep, number 9.
Who wore 9 before Stafford?
That I don't know. That's a good question. See if somebody could look this one up. Who wore the number 9 before Stafford? I have no clue. Didn't pay attention to 9 before Stafford.
I don't think there ever was.
There had to have been. So Robert Woods is a Titan, and they gave up a 6th rounder for him. Wow.
He's a Titan now? Wow.
which means they're banking on OBJ coming back and possibly going to pick him up out of free agency and just hold on to him instead of letting him go, in my opinion.
His contract's up. Thought he was there for another year.
Well, guys, there isn't much else to talk about. I think I'm going to call it a night and get into beer 30. Thank you for watching Kneecap Biting with Smokin Jeremy B. I might do another show tomorrow if more news breaks. Have a great day. And as remember, go Lions and try to be every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the way we make the world a better place. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.